James Melendez, I have this outstanding fragrance. This is from Penhaligon's. It's called Endymion. Stay tuned for this review. Endymion to me represents amazing things. It is a beautiful fragrance. So I own a good number of Penhaligon's fragrances, and I would say right off the bat, Penhaligon's for me is one of my favorite perfume houses or fragrance houses in the entire planet. And they create so many evocative, beautiful, gorgeous fragrances. In many ways, they're so distinctive that I'm not going to compare this to another house because I think it's so unique and distinct. And what I love about this fragrance is just the packaging's gorgeous, and I'll bring this a little closer. I'll actually take a photograph of this so it's easily seen. So Endymion. So there's one called Concentré Eau de Parfum. Endymion, which is a much more concentrated, and it's very similar to this, and I think it's absolutely beautiful as well. It's a little more expensive because it is Eau de Parfum. And for me, this is really absolutely sterlingly beautiful. In fact, this is probably, if I had to just have one fragrance, this might be it. I would also be tied maybe with another 2 fragrances, but it is something just splendid. 98 points out of 100 points. When I wear this, people are asking, what are you wearing? This is so unique and distinct. It is an evening fragrance, a wintry fragrance. It is something that really gives so many amazing characterization that is making me transported to a different period of time in my life, and I think differently. I think sophisticated in terms of a very metropolitan fragrance, a very world-class fragrance. You'll find this at a variety of fragrance counters across the United States and around the planet. It is really fantastic. But let me tell you about the characteristics on this. But first, I'm going to put some on my wrist here because I think that it's that fresh experience that is really important. I put some on my ear just out of habit, basically, because before I had put it on my neck and I just shaved and it would burn. And so the splendid characterization is just so evocative, beautiful, metropolitan, scintillating, and I think that's the characterized quality of this. It is something that you can get all these materials together, but ultimately when you do so, you may not become, you may not create an amazing fragrance. You may create something that's mediocre. So how do you go from mediocre or less than mediocre to something that's profound and beautiful? I think that's the beauty and art form of master perfumer, because I think that's where you get some amazing qualities you would not get otherwise. You get some great materials. So better fragrances are going to be more expensive because they're better materials. So less than stellar are the synthetics. They're terrible, but something like this is high quality and really getting some amazing characterization. And this lasts a long time. For all my Penhaligons, I'm going to buy every single bottle back again once I go through it, because to me, it is that important to experience. So on this, here's what I think are the, I definitely read the notes on, after I wrote my notes up. And so one thing I did note was that sometimes I'll agree with the notes that someone's reviewing or has reviewed. I'll look at Fragrantica, and in terms of what is the notation assignment there. So sometimes I come up with my own, because that is, when you bring all these materials together, you might come up with something so profoundly different that it creates an evocation of a smell that we all recognize, that we evocate to think about. So I'm getting notation of sandalwood, moist stones. I think of Champagne Cave. Champagne Cave is chalk, moist chalk, and it really is crushed seashells. So you're getting that mineral notation. It's a bit of sweetness as well. It's really hard to describe, but it's absolutely profoundly beautiful. I wish I could just bottle that because it's fantastic. In addition to that is vetiver, mace, exotic citrus, green citrus, pepper, clove, leather, and cardamom. Fantastic, 98-point assignment here. It is really amazing. So thank you for watching. Let's stay connected. Many more fragrance reviews to come. And subscribe button's right up here, and the like button's down here. So please hit that button, and I'd really appreciate it. Questions and comments down below. Stay tuned for more. Sante.